Okay, so today's concept, what I have planned is three concepts basically, Narsima. So we will learn about the concept of threads, and then we will learn about wrapper classes. Okay, so wrapper classes in Java, and on top of that, I will be teaching you the collections concept, collections framework in Java. And apart from that, one more topic which is left out is file input output,
Okay.
file IO. So these topics I will cover. So let me cover first these two topics, that is the wrapper classes, then the collections framework. Okay, then I will move on to file input output, and then we will go ahead with the threads concept. Okay,
Okay.
so that's the agenda for today. And to tell you, just to ask you a quick question, what are the different data types?
Data type into flow to
Yes.
boolean,
Hmm.
double,
Hmm.
boolean,
Yes.
uh, string.
String, yes, it is a data type, but the primitive data types is what I
Yes,
want.
yes. Mm,
Remember byte,
byte,
short,
short,
long, right?
long. Yes, yes.
Another one is char.
Character. Yes.
So these are our primitive data types, if you remember. Okay.
Okay.
So these are the primitive data types. So for every data type, we cannot create object. Okay. We cannot create object of int. We cannot create object of float. We cannot create object of double. So we want to create objects so that we can make Java 100% object oriented. So in
Yes.
order to make them as objects, they have given respective classes. Okay, they have given classes, inbuilt classes are there, which for integer we have integer class, for float we have float class, and then for double we have double class. Okay,
Okay.
these are the corresponding classes, same class, same words they have given, just the capitalized first alphabet.
Yes.
So these are called as for everything they have given the same class: byte, short, okay, int,
Long.
long, and char. So these classes can be used to create objects. For char, it is character. So
Yes.
using these classes, we can create the objects of primitive data types. So
Okay.
that is the reason we call these classes as wrapper classes. Okay, all these classes, we call them as wrapper classes. I hope my screen is visible, right?
Yes. 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 Yes.
Okay. So basically, all these classes, whatever, okay, whatever I just recollected, right? So all these are nothing but the wrapper classes. Okay. So using this, we can create objects. These are all the wrapper classes in Java, and we can definitely create objects of these classes. So here, how do we create an object of int? So we can create like the normal, how we create the objects. So it will be like integer I equal to new, pass the integer, and within the parenthesis, you can provide whatever integer value you want to convert it into the object type.
Yeah.
Okay. So not only this, supposing you have a int a, okay, int a equal to 100, then you can directly pass a object a here, the name of the int variable, and then this will return you a object of the value a.
Yeah.
Okay, so again
Right.
you can get back the value of a by saying value of, there's a method value of, and you can again get back the value of a. Okay, So these methods I will show you in Eclipse. And along with that, similarly for float value, you can create an object of float. So this is
Okay.
how you can work with the objects using the primitive data types. So let me show you. And also why these wrapper classes are required, so that we can convert from one data type. So basically what we can do is, one of the very uses is to convert from, many a times we want to convert from string to integer, integer to string. So basically convert from one data type to another data type. Clear? So that will be achieved using the wrapper classes. Another use of wrapper classes is, we want to use it in collections framework. Okay, so all the wrapper classes will be used in the collections framework. So with
Okay.
this understanding, I will show you how we can do it in Eclipse. Okay, let me
Okay.
switch the sharing. Huh. So I hope my Eclipse screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what I will do is, I will create a new, and it is similar to like, say for example, there's a birthday party and you want to gift the person, right? Gift a person a gift. So it is as good as you wrap that in a cover or in a box, right? So the same way, our Java wraps the integer values, float values in the wrapper classes. It is exactly the same way. So fine, I will create a new class. Sorry, I will create a new class. I hope my Eclipse is visible.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Wrapper classes, and I will click on public static void main and click finish. So I will show you how you can convert from integer data type to a string value to integer data type. So basically here what I will do is, I will first of all create an int value, int a equal to say 100, and I will create an object here of integer I equal to new integer it is in a java.lang package itself. Integer of a. Okay, so I will be holding my I is like a wrapper for the value a. Now let's try to print the value of I equal to I dot int value. Okay, so there is a method called as int value. It will return the value of this particular integer. Yeah, I can get the value of a now. So if I execute here, what do you expect the output to be? It will be 100. So this is how you can store a int value and get its value. So now you can convert, supposing you have a string value. String, I will say, I want a lucky number, okay? Lucky number equal to, since it is a string, I will put it in double quotes, 12. 12 is the lucky number. Now, let me convert from string to the number, because this is, I know this is a number, but I have stored it as a string purposefully. So in this case, I can extract the number value. So how I can say? I can say string, I can say int value. I will get an int value out of the string value. Int number equal to, and then there is a class called as integer.parseInt. Integer.parseInt, and I can say luck number. So what will happen now? I have converted the luck number to just a normal number. Okay, if I try to print now, it will not be a string value. It will be a int value. That is what I wanted to show you. This is the purpose of wrapper classes. Say 12 is no more a string now. It is a number. So many a times we want to convert from one data type to another data type. So at that time, all the wrapper classes would be used. Okay, so to show you another example where wrapper classes, the second example that I already told you is in the collections framework, right? Remember? So let me switch the sharing, just a minute. So another very useful thing is this collections framework. So what is this collection framework? So are you familiar with the arrays concept? I think you must be familiar, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What is an array?
Array is a collection of your same elements or unique elements.
Correct. Collection of same type of element, same type of elements
Yeah.
of same data type.
Yeah, same data type.
Elements of same data type. So, but what is the problem in array? Size is fixed. Can you change the size? Only that number you can change. But can it grow dynamically? No. It is static. Static size. Size is fixed. So to avoid this problem, they have come up with, this is a problem, okay? The fixed size is a problem. So that is the reason they have come up with the concept of collections. So basically collections is also a list of objects here. It is no more elements of data type. Okay, instead of data type, they have given list of objects of same type. Okay, of one type or same type, same object, list of objects. So here what they are doing is we have three types of collections basically. Let me show it to you. So in collections, we have three types. One is okay. So one is same. Okay, I will change it. Okay, we have three types. Basically, three collections is an collection of interfaces and classes, which will help us to store the list of objects. Okay, all the list of objects can be stored in a collection. So in collections, basically, we have three types. That is nothing but, I don't know if you are familiar. Are you familiar with the collections framework?
List.
So we have list, and then what else?
Set.
Yes, correct. And the other one?
Tree. Map.
Okay, so I think you are already familiar. Little bit, it will like a more like a revision, right?
Yes.
Okay, so in list, what is list? Basically, list is a collection of objects and it allows duplicates. Okay, so basically list means it allows duplicates. And in set, does it allow?
No.
No duplicates, yes. No duplicates. And in map also, there are no duplicates. Okay, so to explain on map, it is list means it will have only one column, which is just like a list of elements. It's just like an array. And set is also similar to one column, which is like an array. But map, no, it will have two columns. One will be for the keys and the other one will be for the values. Okay, so basically we will have two columns, one for the keys, one for the values. That is stored in a map. So to help you understand what I will doing is I will give you example of list using array list. So array list is an example. So list is an interface. Array list is a class which implements the list interface. And for set, I will be introducing two examples, that is hash set and another one is tree
Yes.
set. Okay. And similarly, we have vector and linked list also here. Okay, that I will not, it is very similar. Stack is there, queue is there. They're all much similar. If you know the basic of array list, hash set, tree set, no, that will be good enough. And then in map also we have hash map
That's my tree map.
and tree map. Yes, correct. Okay. So are you on the job now?
Yes.
You have done this programming?
Not yet, but
Okay, so fine. So let me show you that list is, and we will take an example of array list and it allows duplicates. And I will use a set and show you that set does not allow duplicates using hash set and tree set. And the map, we will have key value pairs and I will be showing all the things using the hash map and the tree map. Okay, let's switch to Eclipse now. Okay, so we will be using wrapper classes in collections. I will create a new package here. Let's give the name as collections. Okay, and I will click finish. Package is a collection of classes. So now new, and I'll create a class called as list demo. I will show you how the list works. And I will click on public static void main. So I have got the class now. Let me create a list and give the type of it. Supposing I want to store string, I can give string. If I want to store integer values, I have to give integer, the wrapper class here, okay, within the angle brackets. Or if I want to store float values, I have to give the float as the data type which the list will hold. Or if I have to store double character, depending on what I want to store in the list, I have to mention it in the angle brackets. I will show you one of the example for, okay, I will take the example of double. So list is there in java.util package. Okay, we have to import that. I will say list equal to new array list. I will create array list. Okay, so if you observe, it is showing me error because I have to import. It is there in a package called as java.util package. Okay, so I will click on this. It will import. What are imports? What is the meaning of import?
So,
It will add
access to utilize or add the program to those.
it is like hash include, like
Yes,
if you're
yes,
it will go to that library and it will include this classes in my code. It will be available.
yes, yes.
Okay, so I will create a list of double values. Okay, so whatever you pass here, no, the word list, whatever you want to create, or to pass the same in angle brackets, and I will put a semicolon. Now we will add the values. How do you add the values to the list? There's an add method. Add and give whatever value you want. Since it is a double value, I need to pass some double values. So 1.34 and put a semicolon. List dot add. I will show you few values. 3.45. You can go on adding what values you want to store. So 4. So supposing quantity or okay, quantity, whatever kgs or grams, dry fruit, or some small things. If you want to do it in double, you can definitely add to the double like this. It will store all the double values. Now, if you want to display the values, then what you have to use? You have to use a for loop. There is something called as for each loop, which will iterate over a array or an list set. Okay, some array. If you want to iterate, then you can use a for each loop. I will make this as my list. And then system.out.println, give the name of the list item. Okay, one by one it will go on display. Now you will be able to see all the values in one go. This is how you can access or retrieve, get the values in the list. Clear?
Yes, sir.
List is in the package called as java.util. All collections are there in java.util package. So now I showed you the example of array list. Now let me change the same program, or I will create one more for set. And I told you that it allows duplicates, right? Let's add line number 13 twice. So 4.46 I have added twice. I will save it and let's check if it allows duplicates. Yes. So list has allowed the duplicates. You can add as many duplicates as you want. Okay. Can you sit back and try this piece of code?
Um,
Do you have Eclipse?
now I'm unable to. I'm connecting with the tab only.
Oh, okay, okay. So sorry.
I'll
Okay.
practice that.
Okay, okay, fine. Now let's see the example of set. Okay, what I will do, set demo I will do, and then I will click on public static void main, click finish, and just give me 2 minutes. I will be back.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to be away for 2 minutes.
It's okay, it's okay.
Today, actually, my child has come back just now from school, so I had to be away.
Okay.
So, to give you another example on set, so we will make up a set of, say, integer values. Okay. So then what we will give you is integer, and then let's say set of numbers equal to new hash set we will make. Okay, first let's make a hash set and a set of integer. Okay, fine. See here again, if you see, it is from java.util package, and it will add the import here. It has added. Now we have to import the set from java util, and we will go on adding to the list of numbers. We will add some numbers here. And then numbers dot add. Okay. So like this, you can similarly, you can use a for each loop. And sorry, we have to use a for each loop. And we can do the sys out for all the numbers. So this will list down all the numbers. This you can retrieve. This is how you can store the numbers and you can get the numbers back. So supposing if you try to add a duplicate number, it is a set, right? So if I add 34 twice, what will happen? Let me save it. And if I execute, see, 34 will not be added twice. Okay, so let it. So basically, it does not allow duplicates. Set will not allow duplicates. And then let me change it to some other numbers. And I will show you what will happen to the order of numbers. Okay, so hash set, I'm using a hash set. So let me execute. I have added 4 numbers here. So if I show you the output, see, there is no order. Do you see any order? I have put first 23, then it has added, it has got as a second position, some random order. So hash set uses hashing technique, because of which there is a random order. Okay, in interviews and all, they will ask what is hashing and all, how does hash set work. So it uses hashing technique. Okay, so you can Google and find out what is hashing technique, all that you can just find out. So now let me change it just to tree set. Okay, we have to import it. Okay, so now I will save it and let's execute how we can do it on a tree set. So in a tree set, see, observe the order of elements. Any order is there?
No.
It's there. See, first we have got 23.
Yes, it is there. It is there.
Increasing order,
Yes.
right? Ascending order has been maintained. So a tree set always maintains the order of the elements in ascending order or alphabetical order. Supposing this was string, no? Then see, if I make it string, then I have to give the value here also as string. Wherever I have integer, I have to change it to string. And here I have to add the values as string values. Say, for example, Tanvi, and then say Ashvik, or whatever names, Sanket, and then if I want to add, I will give Bhanu. If these are the names, let's observe the order now using the tree set. See, everything is in alphabetical order.
Yes.
Right? So always a tree set maintains the order in alphabetical order or in the ascending order of the numbers. So in a hash set, if I do the same thing, if I do the to hash set, definitely there will be no order of the elements. So it will be random order. Some order it will show up.
No.
About this. Now, let me create a map for you. So new class, and let me say that as map demo. Click on public static void main and click finish. Now, in a map, we can store two values. So let's say I will create a map and store student details. I will store student ID along with the name. So ID is generally the value of integer values and the name of the student in the value of string. So I will say map equal to new. I will use a hash map first. Again, hash map, no order. Okay, so hash map I will use, and I have to pass the same values here. I will put a semicolon. Now I will import this. If it is showing an error, we have to import. It is again there. Every Java collection will be there in java.util package. So on the map, there is a put method. If you want to add something, no, this will be put method. You have to first
one small dot. This Angular brackets we should use in for the indication of wrapper class. No?
Wrapper class. So what value the map will store? What value the list will store? You have to mention in the angle brackets. Now currently it is showing double values. I want to store double values, so I have to put double. So instead I am using string. So I want to store string values. So that is the reason I'm using string.
Okay.
So in app, I will use two values, which is first value will be the integer value, student details. Like student will have ID first and the name of the student. So ID will be of the type integer and name will be of the type string. So that is the reason I'm using these values. So instead of none, I will use one and I will give the name of the student as Neha, and then map dot put, and I will give 2 comma Pratik. Okay, I will show you the order of the elements, what happens. Again, I will copy paste this. 3 will be Purvi. And yes. So now if you want to display the map elements, there is a for map. Okay, see this option is the map given. So there is a for map iterator and it will show all the elements of the map. So for example, here you have to change the what is the key type. Key type is integer. String is value type. So we will change it everywhere. We will use the same value. So key type is integer. And here it is string. Okay, now if I have to do a system.out.println, I will say key plus and then the value. See, here we are extracting the key values, right? I'm storing the key here, value here. And I will be doing a system.out.println. So now if I execute, observe what happens. So one Neha has been printed, Neha, Pratik, Purvi. I'm using a hash map here. Again, the order will be different. Now it is showing this, but even if I add some more elements, right? Sorry, some more elements, 4 and say A, B, C. Now see, observe, there is no order on, order cannot be guaranteed. Now it is showing, but the order of the map will not be guaranteed. Okay. The same for again tree map. If you have many elements, you can make the difference. So if you have to make a tree map, then again, in a tree map, there will be an order of the elements. So this is how you work with the maps. So it will store two values. First value is the key. Second value is the value. First is the key and the value. Clear about the collections?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. I need a 10-minute break. Okay, so can you be back by 5:30? It's 5:20 on my machine. And can we take a 10-minute break? Is that okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, I will meet you at 5:30 sharp. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, ma'am.
Fine, Narasimha. So you got to know what is list, what is set, and what is a map.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so list, we can store one type of data. Any of the data types, it will allow duplicates. Okay. And then here in set, what will happen? We have to, we cannot store duplicates. And hash set means order will not be guaranteed. Tree means, tree set means order will be guaranteed. There will be some ascending order of the elements or number or alphabetical order of the elements. And in map, so supposing if I have Neha, say for example 11, 12, 25 or 100 and 125, then you observe the order. Okay, you will find the difference in a tree map. So I'm using a tree map. Did I start the recording? Yes.
Yes, yes.
So now I'm sharing also, right?
Yes.
See what happened to the order now. 4ABC is first because tree map
Yes.
is always ordered. So it has
Yes.
arranged with ID. ID is properly in ascending order. The same thing if I change it to hash map, then execute the code. Am I fast? See, now what will happen? There is no guarantee of the order. First 4 came up, 12, then 125 came up. There is no proper order in case of the hash map because it uses hashing technique. Clear?
Okay.
Okay. Fine. This was about the list set and map. And so this is completes the collections framework. Then the next thing is I also told you about so this is clear, no? Any doubts here? Any questions?
Okay, ma'am. Clear, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So the next thing that I want to teach you is file input output. Okay, file input output. So many a times whenever we are doing something, we always work on input output, right? We want to, for example, you can go for a notepad. You can, when you open the notepad, what and all you can do? You can write, you can start typing, write in it. You can save it. You can open it anytime again. You can close it, right? You can read it, right? All this can be done in a notepad. So the same thing, Java provides input output. That means all these operations, read, write, save, open, close, and many others. Copy also you can do, okay? Copy, everything they have provided in a file input package. So there is a package called as java.io.
Yes.
So this package provides all the libraries, all the facilities for performing read, write, save, close, all these operations. You can do it on any file.
Okay.
So I will directly show you a piece of, you can even create folders. Okay, you can create folder, you can create a file, any file you can create using Java, and you can copy some contents, you can delete some contents, you can paste some contents. So all these can be done using the java.io package. So directly, let me show you some pieces of the code. Okay, let me create a new package. Okay, and then say file IO and click finish. Now, what I will do, I will create a new folder and show you. New class I will create and create folder. Okay, we will create a folder using Java code and click on public static void bin and have clicked finish. So if you want to create a folder, no, you have to use a file f equal to let my folder object be f new. Again, give the name of the file that you want to create and give the name as src slash test folder. Okay, test I want to create. I will put a semicolon. See, I have to import this. Can you see file.io? So java.io is the package which will contain the file operations. Now I have imported, it has added this particular line. And now what I will do is I think I have to give two. Let me check that. If you get an error, then I'll f dot mkdir is there, mkdirs. This is creates a directory. Directory is nothing but it will create a folder. Directory means so we will create semicolon. I will save the code and I will use run as Java application. Okay, where I'm creating. So I'm creating a folder in src. Name of the folder is test. So what we have to refresh the src folder. Let's see now. See, currently only these three folders are there, right? Default package, collections, file IO. Now let me refresh. Always file operations need a refresh. Did you see? A test has got created here. Okay, now under that I will create a file. It is empty now. It is empty. Now I will create a f file equal to new file and let us give the path slash test slash file.txt. Okay, and I have to say file dot create new file. So create new file means it will create an empty file with this file.txt name under src test folder. I'll see create this file, and after this, see, we have to add with a try catch. Okay, so we have to use try catch. I have used a try catch, that is for exceptions. You know that try catch block. Let me click on save and click run as Java application. Now, if I refresh the test folder, any file operations that you create, you have to refresh the workspace, that folder. Now let me refresh the test folder because I'm creating it in src test. No, either you can refresh the src or test. I'll just do the refresh on test folder. See, a file has got created, ffile.txt. Clear? Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now let me give some contents here. Okay. This is a Java training. Okay. So here in the file, I have written, this is Java training, and I want to copy one file to another file. So how you can do this? Let me show you directly a source code. I have the code, ready-made code. Copy file I have. And it will copy from one file to another file. Okay, just a minute. I have one more file. I have that simple code. I want to show you that simple code. Just a minute. I will check that code. File IO copy. Okay, I will copy this piece of code and I will come back to my code where I had written. On this test file, what I will do, I will create a new file. Sorry, I will create a new class, okay, which will copy from file.txt to another file. So what I will do, copy file I will use, copy file, and I will click on public static void main and click finish. What I will do, I will take out everything. I have my ready-made code, so I will paste it. I will explain this piece of code. Okay, so from where I have to copy the contents that I have to mention. SRC, the folder name is what? Test, right? And the file name what I have created is file.
File.
From this file, I want to copy to another file. So let me close everything else. So here, again, from output file, what is the output file? See, it is showing the output file, which is nothing but it will write. We have to use a file writer. Again, SRC folder is there. Under that, let's go to the test folder itself and create one more file with the name as file2. So file 1, whatever is there, copy the contents of file.txt. That is, this is a Java training is a what it contains. This content you copy it to another file called as file2.java. Whatever extension you use, it will create that particular file. Okay, it could be txt, it could be Java, anything. So now what we are doing, we are trying to write. This write will take care of copying the contents from one file to another file. Okay, so now let me save the code. First execute and show you. Run as Java application. So it has copied. Every file operation we have to refresh. Okay, so I will refresh the test folder. See now, file2.java, which we mentioned here, has got created here. Let's check the contents. See, this is a Java training. It has copied from one file to another. So how is it done? So what it is, it has a while loop. It will go on reading from file.txt. It will go on reading till it is end of the file. At the end of the file, it will become -1. So it will go on reading till there, and it will go on writing to file2.java. And then finally means it will close the input file and output file. Closing is also important to save the things. So that this is how you can copy from one file to another file. So many a times, no, what happens when we will use these file operations where they are used. So for example, you want to copy one image to another image. Okay, so from one place of the code to
ma'am, if we want file A to file B only, if we want to copy.
This file to this file.
Yes.
Reverse the things. See, if you want to do that, I will change the contents of file2. Okay, I will say hello in file2. Okay, just to show you the difference. Okay. Then I will change what is the input file from where it has to copy file2.
Yes.
Which file it has to copy? File. Right. Okay. Then I will execute it. Okay. So it is saying because, okay, it is Java file, no? file2.java it is, and file.txt it is, right?
Yes.
I did not change it, so that is the reason it gave me errors. So now let's see, run as Java application. Let's refresh the folder. Every time you have to refresh. So now file2 was containing hello, right? We wanted to copy file2 to file2 file. So
Yes.
hello has been printed.
Okay.
Clear?
Yes, yes.
Basically, we use file reader, that is the input. File writer means what will be the output.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want this piece of code in the chat box? Will it help you?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I will send it across. Maybe sometime later you can understand. You can try it out.
Right.
Okay, fine. So that was the related things with file things. So whatever, see, open the file, closing of the file, copying, reading, writing, all that operations can be done on the file. Okay. So when this is very frequently used, it is very useful class, handy class. Okay. So, well, now we learned about the three concepts, that is wrapper classes, collections, and also the
Input out.
file. Yes, file input out. Now, the last topic is threads. Do you know what is a thread?
It's just, it's like a stream.
Yes, yes, yes. It's a logical
Logical thread, yeah.
logical thread, or a logical exact words I am not recollecting, but it's a logical flow of the code, flow of a program. Okay, any program, not only Java program, it could be any program. Say for example, whenever you are playing a YouTube, right?
Yes.
So what will happen? A thread will be created. Okay, thread will be created, and that thread, it will be running in order to play your video.
Yes.
So if you pause the video, what will happen? The thread will go to wait state. Okay, it will wait. Then again, if you start again, it will again start the thread. This is how actually it will work in the YouTube. Okay. So similarly, whenever you're working with Eclipse and all, there will be one more thread. So multi-threading is there, no, in Java. So multiple, whenever say I'm launching Eclipse, I'm working on Zoom, I have Chrome open, I have Word open. So every thread will be working on each of these programs. Okay. So another when you're working with Eclipse, another thread T2. Okay, thread T2 will be started, then it will run the code. And anytime if you are not working on it, it could stop also. So like this, we can control, basically, this is how they have done that. But basically, we can control any program using threads. Getting the concept?
Yes, sir.
Now let me switch the sharing to Eclipse. Okay, I will show you. Wait, I have to show you how we can create the threads. So now you understood this, that threads can be used to control any program. So now in Java, we have this threads concept, and can have multiple threads. Okay, multiple threads. That is the concept of multi-threading, right?
Yeah.
Java supports multi-threading. Multi-threading. So how do you achieve multi-threading in Java? First, we have to create a thread. How you can create thread? So basically, a thread in Java can be created in two ways: creating thread. How you can do it? There are two ways to do it. Okay, I will show you the two ways. So one way is to extend thread class itself. Thread is a class, so we have to inherit the thread class, or there is another way by implementing the interface called as runnable. Okay, so there are two ways. So extends thread means we have to inherit the thread class, or there is one more way, that is by implementing the runnable is an interface and we have to implement that particular interface. What both of them have in common is there is a run method in common. Both have the common method called as a run. Okay. Both have a run method which will run our thread. So this also has run method, even this has method. So why they have given two ways is because Java does not support multiple inheritance, correct?
Yes, sir.
So that is the reason they have given two ways of creating a thread. So let me just be very quick. So thread can be created in two ways, by extending a thread class or by implementing the runnable interface. Both of them have the run method to run that particular thread. Okay, so let me show you how you can do it using thread class and implementing the runnable interface. Oh, okay. So now I will close the entire things. I will create a new package called as understanding threads. And I clicked on finish. And here I will create a new class. Okay. Using thread class, I will create a using thread class. I will create a thread and show you. So you have to use inherit, I told, right? I will click on public static void main and I have clicked finish. So to inherit, what is the keyword which we have to use? To inherit what is extends. Okay, extends, and the name of the class is thread itself. Okay. Now, if you want to create a thread, now this becomes subclass itself becomes a thread. Directly, you can create the object of thread and say T1 equal to new thread. And then you can say T1, you can give a name, just I will give a name for the thread. You can set a priority, you can do so many things. I will just give a name for it, say YouTube thread. YouTube thread. Okay, and you have to use a method called as start. Start will internally call the run method. Okay, so we have to override the run method from the thread class. See, there is a override method in the run class. If you click on start, it will use the run method internally. So let me show you that. I will give a system.out.println and I will show you the name of this particular thread. I will create it as a field at the class level, and T1 dot get name. Here I am setting the name and I'm trying to get the name in the thread when I execute that particular thread. You can perform anything in the run method. I am just doing a just a system.out.println. What the thread has to do, you have to put it in the run method. So basically how we are doing, first of all, one step is you have to extend the thread class, create the object of the class, give a name just to differentiate, and then start the thread. If you just start the thread, it will get inside the run method and it will call the whatever work you want to do, you can put it in the run method. Okay, let me execute it, run as Java application. See, it has printed the name here because we are setting the name here and we have started. Start means internally it will have a call to the run method. Getting an idea?
Yes.
Okay. So this is using the first method, which is extends thread. Then the second is by implementing the runnable, implement runnable interface. So I will click on public static void main and click finish. So for any interface, if you want to implement, what you have to use here? Implements, and then the name of the interface is runnable, right? So again, this also what I told you that both of them have the run method which we have to override, right? So we have to override the run method. So I will have to implement, see, already it is giving me add unimplemented methods because the run method we have to override. So now we have to, you cannot create directly a thread for this class. So what you have to do is basically first create the object of this class, then convert it into a thread. So say T1 equal to new. This is the way. First create the object of that particular class. Then use the thread class. And then pass that class which you want to create it as a thread inside the thread class. Then you have T will be a pointer to this class. Thread will be the pointer to this class. It will be pointing. Again, if you say T dot set name, it will be setting the name for the thread. Say this time it is Eclipse thread. And then if you want to start the thread, say T dot start method. Again, if you call the start method, it will go inside the run method automatically. And let me do a system.out.println for that particular thread. Here I will create it as a field. And T dot get name. I'm getting the name for it. Okay, I will save this piece of code and execute it. Now Eclipse thread is getting printed because of the run method, and I'm setting the name at line number 11, whereas I'm starting the thread, it will get inside the run method and it will print the name of the thread. So this is using a runnable interface. Is this clear? How you create a thread? What is a thread? What is the start method? What is run method? Yes, you can even stop the thread. See, T dot stop is also there. See, there are different states of a thread. You can stop the thread. You can ask it to wait. See, wait method is there. You can ask the thread to wait. And also you can reassume any waiting threads. If there are any threads, you can reassume. And then there is a notify method. If any thread is waiting, no, it will notify the wait. It will wake up the thread which is sleeping or which is waiting. Okay. Notify is there. So these are generally what we use as part of threads. So now you,
Ma'am,
huh,
how we know the how many methods are there in threading?
see, just use T dot. These are all the things.
Okay.
On the object, just use a dot operator.
Okay.
It will show. You can check if the thread is alive.
Okay.
You can join any two threads. You can set a priority. All that you can do. Max priority, min priority, normal priority. Okay.
Ma'am, can you explain once max priority?
Particularly max priority, I've never tried. You give me just time, I will explain it. Okay. So if there are two threads, no, then the one with maximum priority will be executed first. Is that how it is how that works? Okay, I will show you an example. Just hold on, where actually threads will be executed. So see here. Before I come to this point, I will explain why two methods are being given. Okay. So keep your question also. I will find a solution for that. So basically, there are two methods. Why they have given two methods? See, first of all, we don't support multiple inheritance in Java. Generally, they will ask these things. Why two? Okay. In multiple inheritance is not supported, right? In Java, it has been taken out completely. Then, how do you compensate? Okay, this has been totally been taken out. So how do you compensate on with removing this particular multiple inheritance? So how you can do that is, see, for example, if you have class A extends thread, you cannot extend thread. Again, you cannot have one more person class also. You cannot do this, right? Because it is multiple inheritance. It will not be allowed in our Java, right? So that is, in order to avoid this situation, you can do class A implements. You can also use the implements method, and you can use runnable. Along with runnable, you can do extends. So that is the reason this option is always there. Extends thread. You can extend the thread and also use another interface. Or if you want to use a person class, this can also be done. Whereas this is not allowed. Right? That is the reason they have given two ways of using thread, creating the thread. Okay, so coming back to this piece of code, practical piece of code, and I'll answer your question, max priority and min priority. So here, what I will explain before I go to this. See, say I have two threads. Okay, I have a bank example. So in a bank, you can withdraw, right? You can go and you can either withdraw or you can deposit. Say, before you withdraw, you need to have a balance. So say my balance amount is, say, 10,000. And if you try to withdraw 15,000, what will happen? Is it possible, first of all? Bank balance will be negative. It is not allowed. So not possible, right? Not possible. So first we need to do the deposit in this case. So you can deposit some amount, 5,000, 10,000, whatever, and it will work fine. Then you can go ahead and you can withdraw, right? Yes. After the deposit done, you can go ahead with withdrawal, which will be perfectly be fine, because 10,000 plus 10,000 balance will now become 20,000. Out of 20,000, you can withdraw 15,000 and it will work fine. So imagine that you have two threads. So one thread is T1, which is working on withdrawal, and there is one more thread T2, which is working on the deposit. Okay. So we have to be careful when we are working with two threads, and I will show you the same scenario how it is done using the threads concept. Okay, so see here I have the public static void main. I have a customer class here, customer, and above I have defined the customer class, and customer is having a balance of 10,000. Amount means balance.
Okay.
So here I create a new thread and I execute the thread. What in the run method, what I do? I try to withdraw 15,000 first step. Okay.
Okay.
I try to withdraw 15,000. So whereas my balance is just 10,000, it is not possible, like I told in the scenario. So it will go to the withdraw method. It will draw, I'm going to withdraw now. And there is a condition saying if the amount of the balance is less than the amount that has to be withdrawn, then you print that there is less balance. You have to first deposit. In this case, we are making the thread as going to a wait state. It will go to wait state. Okay, it will go on waiting. So now while this thread is waiting, there is one more thread which will get created. This also has the run method, and in the run method, there is a deposit which is being done. Deposit of 10,000 is being started. Start method is being called. So what it will do, it will go to this method here. There is a deposit method here. Okay, deposit method is here. And it will say, I am going to the deposit, and it will add the amount, whatever amount we have passed, it will add deposit amount, and it will deposit the, and it will, my balance will increase to 20,000 now. So then we are doing the notify. What is the meaning of notify? So whatever threads are waiting, we need to wake them up. So now which thread was waiting here? So withdrawal thread was waiting. So it will wake up, okay? Because saying that balance is sufficient. Now it will go. Understanding?
Yes, yes.
Now it will go ahead and it will do the withdrawal. It will minus the amount. It will deduct the amount, and it will say withdrawal has been completed. Okay, this is a scenario which will explain us the entire scenario of the working of threads. Any questions?
Okay.
Clear now? Understanding?
Yes, yes, clear.
Okay, so there is one word here, synchronized. Can you see this word synchronized? So there is a keyword synchronized. The meaning of synchronized, I'll explain that first. So imagine there is one thread T1. And there is one more thread T2. Thread 2 is there. Both are having a competition and both want a resource. That is, they want to act. They are performing this, say for example, there is a int a equal to 100. Okay, both of them are fighting for getting the value of a. What thread 1 is doing is, it is doing plus 10 to the value of a, and this thread 2 is doing plus 20 to the value of a. So if both are competing, I want a, I want a, what will happen to the value of a? Will it be the same or what will happen? So what will happen is it will get corrupted. Okay. So which is not the good scenario. So a value will be totally be lost. But we don't want such a situation to happen. So when two threads are competing, what should happen is one thread has to be allowed at a time. How you can allow one thread at a time? So basically either lock this thread and allow this thread, or lock this thread and allow this thread to work on A,
Yes.
right? So then it will be a proper situation. So to achieve this kind of a thing, there is a word called as synchronized, which has to be done. Synchronized word is being introduced. So you have to make both the threads as synchronized. Then both will be working together in a nice coordination. Thread 1 will be allowed first time, then it will go for a wait statement. Then thread 2 will work. It will be like proper working, and A value will not be corrupted. Getting the idea?
Yes, yes.
It will not be corrupted and it will work perfectly fine. So the meaning of synchronized is allow one thread at a time. There will be a race condition. So to avoid this race condition to act on any resource, you have to make the threads as synchronized. So if I go back to the code, see, synchronized word is there. I will show without synchronized first. I will delete the words synchronized from deposit and withdrawal. And I will execute it. Okay. See what happens. So much of exceptions has occurred. And also first it is going to withdraw, then less balance it is saying, but withdrawal has been completed with less balance. Negative balance has happened.
Okay.
Okay. And then it is trying to deposit and then things are getting corrupted. So it will not work properly. So that is the reason they have introduced the words called as synchronized. So let me show you the output now. So it will work clearly. So first it will say, I'm going to withdraw. No, there is no sufficient balance. So I will wait for the deposit. Then it will say, I will deposit first. Then deposit will be completed. After that, withdrawal will be complete.
Yes.
So this is the meaning of the word called as synchronized. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. So coming to max priority, min priority, I will show you a code. Let me stop sharing. Any other doubts, if you have, you can ask me in any of the topics.
Madam, how you find a for example one paragraph? How many A's are there, or like that? How many elements are there? Like
In a paragraph, you should write a code.
yeah.
Okay, okay. How many strings?
Yes.
Okay, I think I had that count or something. Count words. We'll get a lot of code actually. Ready-made code will be there. You need to use a for loop. Comparison has to be done. Okay, I will show you that piece of code. Wait.
Any ready-made code is there? Can you explain it,
Yes.
or
Yes.
tell the logic? Then
Lot of code will be there. Lot of code. See, if you just do a Google.
Can you explain the just how the logic?
Yes, I will show you the code. Just hold on. Word counter or something. Word, say for example, in Hello World itself, how many words are there, right?
Yes, yes.
Word, I had done that program. I don't remember it. Just give me a moment. Any other concepts if you want, just let me know.
Then one thing I will check that index once, if any topic I want.
Okay, sure.
Okay. 2 minutes. Huh?
Yeah, sure. Okay, Narsimha, have a look here. So
Yes,
word count that you told, no?
Yes.
I have a string here, string input, welcome to Java session. So now I am repeating the word welcome one time. To is one time, Java is also one time. Session is 3 times. Okay. So word count, it has to show me the word count in a paragraph or whatever. If I execute, see, what is the output? One time welcome, one time two, Java is also one time, session is 3 times. Clear? So first what we have to do, we have to find the spaces. Okay, split the words. Then let's keep a variable with the whatever initial value as 1. Okay, so at least one time it will occur. And then we use a nested for loop, one for loop within the another for loop. And if any of the words are equal, then we increase the count of the word by 1. Okay, and then after that we try to display the word count. That is how we are working. Do you want this piece of code?
Yes.
Yeah, I will send it. Just go through it and
Okay.
any other doubts you have, you can let me know.
Just a minute.
Ma'am, can you tell the method overriding and method? Hello, ma'am.
Yes, tell me.
Can you explain the method overloading?
Overloading. Okay,
Yes.
fine. Yes, sure. I will share my screen. A minute. See, polymorphism means what? It has two concepts. So in polymorphism, we have two concepts. Okay. So we have two concepts. That is, one concept is method overloading and another is method overriding. So in a method overloading, what we have is method name, same name will be there. Okay. Same name of the method with different arguments. Okay. Arguments will be maintained. Say, for example, int add and int a comma int b. This will be one method, and one more method will be there, add int a comma int b comma int c. Okay, so what is the difference? Number of arguments is different. Here it is two arguments, int a, int b. Here it is three. Or it also be different argument list, number of arguments, or the data type also could be different.
Okay.
So at compile time, what will happen? If you say add of 2 comma 3, then it will know that it will call this method.
Okay.
And then at compile time, if you pass 2 comma 3 comma 1.1, 1.2 or whatever f, then it will know that it will have to call this method. So method name will be the same, but arguments, number of arguments or data type of the arguments will be different. So this is the concept of method overriding.
Okay.
Clear?
Okay.
Do you want me to explain it in the code or is it clear?
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. I'm looking for one.
Second one, ma'am. Polymorphism second.
Second one you want? Okay. So, it is overriding, method overriding. Method overriding. So basically, in the inheritance concept, what you will have? You will have a superclass and subclass, right? So in this superclass, there could be a method. We'll say, for example, if you take a superclass as a shape, okay? Shape will have area method. But actually, can you find the area of shape unless the shape is known as circle or whatever? You cannot have, right?
Yes. Yes.
So it can be just method definition can be given. But in circle, which extends shape, we can give a area method. We can define it. And if you say shape s equal to new circle, right? You can do this. So if you say this, and if you try to call s dot area, then it will call circle area method. Okay, because we are trying to override. That means we have in the shape, don't go to shape, come to the area of the circle. So we are trying to override that. Getting the concept?
Yes, yes.
So we are redefining area in its subclass by overriding its definition in the circle class. So when depending on the object which has got created, it will go to that class, it will call that class method. Supposing instead of circle, if it is shape, then which method it will call? Shape area or circle area?
Circle.
See, new shape I'm doing. Depending on the object,
Okay. Yes.
so it will call the
Yes.
area method of shape. If it is shape, if it is circle, it will go to circle. If it is new shape, it will go to shape area.
Okay.
That is the concept of method overriding.
Now, can you show it in Eclipse? In
Eclipse.
program.
Sure.
Overriding. Yes.
1 minute. Huh. Okay. So here I will create a new class, and let's give the class name as person. I will give public static void main. I will give different example, anything, shape or person, whatever. So every person will have a name, right? So, so let's give a name for the person, public string name. Now, what we will try to do here, we will try to create a method. Void or public void get name. So let it return as of now the null value, because we don't know the name of the person. So we will change this to person, means we don't know as of now. Okay. So now we will subclass it. We will use a subclass of person and give the name as student. And a student is also existing, already existing. Okay. So there is already a student class here. What I will do here, I will extend the person class. Okay. Now what we will do here is we will try to override. How to do the overriding? So since it is already extending, it will already have that quality. Okay, get name will be there. See, get name, override method. So override means what? It will overwrite it in the student class. This method will be called if you are using a student object. So that is the meaning. So return, what is the name of the student? Say Vishal. Okay. So if it is the student, return me Vishal. If it is person, then return me null. So now I will create the object. So person p equal to new person. So this time what it will return?
Null.
Null. P dot get name. If I do, because it is person object, it will refer to this and it will return a null value. Let's see. Perfect, null. So now if instead of person, if I create the student object, then what it will print? See, student name Vishal, because we are overriding. Don't use the person class method, use the overridden method of the child class. That is the meaning. So now run as, so Vishal will be hitting 3. This is the concept of override. At override will be the annotation. Got it?
Yes. Madam, what is a recursion, madam?
Oh, recursion. Okay.
Yes.
So recursion is nothing but a method repeating by itself. See, so when a method, say for example, when you want to add numbers from 1 to 10, what you do? You do 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus and so on up to 10, right? So what is increasing here? For 1, you are adding 1 and you are adding the next number, right? Can I say it as n plus,
1.
or you can I write it as, let's say, n equal to 10, okay? Can I write it as 10 plus n minus 1, correct? 10 plus, like it will be like from reverse order.
Yes, it's reversal.
Yes. So again, you have to repeat this step. Okay. Again, I have to repeat n minus 1.
Okay.
Again, it will be n plus n minus 1. Again, plus n minus 2. Like this, I have to go on up to 1. Correct?
Yes.
So something is repeating. What is repeating? N minus 1 is repeating.
Yes.
So instead of writing the code again and again, one method will be repeated by itself. Within a method, we will be calling the same method to repeat on a different parameter.
Okay.
So method of n, if you give, repeat till n minus 1. Repeat it for n minus 1 till 0, till 1. This is how the recursion works. I will send you a link, just to hold on.
Okay.
And then it will be very clear for you. Just to try, I will share my screen. See, in this piece of code, what they are doing is, they are trying to add the range of numbers. Okay. So here, sum is a method and sum is getting repeated by itself. Okay. The same program which I explained, they have repeated it. So
Okay.
sum is calling within sum is being called to n number of times. So method will call method. Inside a method, calling another method. Just go through this. Then you will be able to understand. Let me know if you have any other questions.
Garbage collection, sir.
Garbage collection. Okay. I think I explained, but I think we're not there.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
So GC is nothing but garbage collection. This is nothing but you go on creating so many objects. So if you look at my Eclipse,
Yes.
by this time my Eclipse would have stopped working because I have
Yes.
so many classes, so many things. Okay.
Yes.
So it would have stopped working in case I was using C++.
Okay.
But in Java, garbage collection is nothing but clearing of unused objects.
Okay.
Of unused objects. Okay. Unused objects. So whenever an object is not required, no, it will do the garbage collection, which means it is automatic in Java, basically. So the programmer does not need to worry. He can go on creating objects. So automatically garbage collection, whichever is the unused object, it will go on clearing the space.
Okay.
So that is the reason my Eclipse is still working even today. So garbage collection is to clear any unused objects.
Okay.
And it is automatic in Java, that you remember. You can call garbage collection by using, if you want to call explicitly, generally we don't do, and unless we have some performance issues and all, we have to use system.gc as a method.
Okay.
And you asked me to the threads program, right? For understanding priority of the threads, you can use this link in the chat box. You asked me about the priority of the how the priority is set and all, no?
Yes.
You can go through that link.
Madam, how to tokenizing the string objects under?
How to tokenize it?
Yes.
String tokenizer, you are asking?
Yes.
How to split the strings or string tokenizer?
Yeah. String object compressor using the
Which topic? Can you share your screen? Should tell me the topic.
array and string.
Share your screen. Okay, can you share that or
No,
send
no.
that topic in the chat box?
It is module 111, ma'am. Array and string.
Okay, 1 minute. I will check. Just a minute. I'm just checking. Let me share my screen.
Sorry.
Yeah, which module? Which module?
L- 11, madam.
Is this the same document you're referring?
Yes. In the last one.
I actually explained all these things last. You can refer to that video.
Okay, last one. This last two.
This, these two topics. This
Last.
collection.
Last
This,
2 second.
okay, only string tokenizing the string object.
Yes.
Okay, comparable. Okay.
If
So
you
this,
explain it, I will see it in last, ma'am. Otherwise, can you?
I've not shown using comparable and comparator interfaces, but let me brief you what this looks like. So these are the two interfaces that are available for comparing any two objects. Okay, comparator is an interface, comparable is an interface, and these two have a method called as compare to. Okay, so if you want to compare an object, then you can use compare to method and override the compare to method. Okay, so and sorting can be done using that compare to method. Say for example, I have a student list. I want to I can sort, there could be multiple ways. So student list can be sorted using student ID also, student name also, right? Student ID means 1 to whatever 100. Or student name means A to whatever is the Z last letter, A to Z. So you can customize such a kind of a thing using the compare to method of these two classes, and you have to override the compare to method. So if you want to do student ID, then use compare to method, override, and you can compare the object. Clear?
Yes.
Getting an idea? So let me just quickly find that things for you. Just give me 1 or 2 minutes. This is a definite interview question. Okay, till date I answer this question in the interviews. Very good question. Comparator.
Thank you.
Comparator versus comparable. They will ask this question purposefully. See, go through this. I will share my screen. See, in this, they are trying to use comparable. Okay. So there is a difference between comparator and comparable. So they both have compare to method. And I want to sort using this year wise. If I want to compare, then I have to override compare to method and I have to customize. I can do a customization. Okay, comparator and comparable. Let me share you this link. You can go through it. Okay. Just go through it. Anything that you don't understand, you can let me know. There is slight difference. Even I have forgotten. I need to recollect that. So you can do multiple comparisons on the basis of name. You can do on the basis of the year. You can compare. So that can be done using comparator.
Okay.
Okay, and using comparable, you can also sort using comparable also. Sort method, compare method is also there. Better link, I will search it. Yes, this is better link. Wait, that I think you will not get much idea. Wait, Sima. Use this, please. In a comparable, single sorting sequence will be there. You can sort basis of a single element. ID you can sort, name you can. How you compare the object? Multiple sorting you can achieve. Okay. let me explain that. So what happens, okay, comparable means single sorting instance, single. So for example, you want to sort the students on student ID. Okay, go ahead, do the comparative method and just sort the things. Okay, you can do this. But if you have an object student, okay, student object will be there, which will have ID of the student, name of the student, and other details. If you want to sort the student object based on ID, name, multiple things, then you go for a comparator. Clear?
Yes.
Comparing the objects, that's basically. Tokenizer, string tokenizer and all, yeah. Any other concepts? You can watch other videos, okay?
Okay.
I will upload even today's video also.
Okay.
I will pause the recording as of now. Any other questions?